And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Today we're taking a look at a small little game called Word Domination. This is very similar to it's a word game, so you're making big vocabulary words, so you're going to like that or not like it. But it's also kind of like area control. There's different tiles. Think of it, the theme is you are some mastermind and you're going around and you're stealing things from different people's collections by making big words. Here's how it plays. At the beginning of the game, you're going to place a random grid out, depending on the number of players. So this is a 3-player setup, a 5x5 grid. Each player is going to take a supervillain sheet here. This just tells you some of the special abilities of the letters. You can play with each player getting their own super special ability. That will cost you a certain number of tiles to use, but you also have a weakness, I guess. I don't really know what the weakness means or anything, but anyhow, it's more thematic, I think, than anything else. So you'll put this in front of you, then you will draw your hand, which is essentially, at the beginning of the game, 1 tile. There's 6 turns in the game. Each turn, everyone's going to get an action. So on your turn, you're going to make a word from as many letters as you can see out there, plus you must use the letter in your hand. So maybe I will make the word meditate. So I put this next to it, and then I'm going to take these blimp tokens and put them on the letters of my word. So meditate. There you go. All those letters are out there, and that's my turn. Now, on the next player's turn, when, let's say they make a word, let's see, so their hand is an A, and so maybe they're not nearly as thoughtful as me, so their word's going to be male. And again, they can put this anywhere they want on the outside, so male. So they put this here. I have a blimp here. Mine is kicked off. A, I, and where's the L? L. And then the next player, their word is, let's see. Let's see if they got a QU. I can't think of a J. So they're going to do jar, because jar is very simple. So they'll go J. Again, displace one of mine, and then put the R there. Now it's back to my turn. My new letter that I have is A. So what I want to do, if possible, is use letters that I've already used. But you can't use the same word if anyone uses the word period. So let's say I'm going to do something very simple. I'll use the word tail. So tail. So I want to put one here, but I already have one of mine there. So I'm going to steal that T. I replace it with a stolen one. This is the back of every tile. Leave my token on it. That's mine for the rest of the game. And then an A. I have an A down here. I'll do the same thing to this one. Take the A and put this here with my token on it. I, same thing. Steal the I. Put this here with my token on it. And L. And I kick off the brown one here and put an L. So if you can have nobody replace yours by the time your turn comes around, you have the opportunity to steal letters. Once you steal letters, you can start using these letters in words that you have. Also, when you have these black letters here, the ones that are harder, that's a QU and a J, you can use those. They'll give you special abilities. For example, the quantum here lets you put 2 Zeppelins on a letter. They both have to remove before you're kicked off. The Krypton Blaster, add a tile to an opponent's hand. Use the same letter in a tile twice this turn. So this is going to continue round after round after round. At the end of the game, you're going to look at all the stolen tiles, and there's going to be a lot more. That was like one turn there, right? There's going to be a lot more. Lots of people are going to have stolen tiles on the board, and the board's going to be, a weird shape now. You're going to get 1 point for every stolen tile that you have, and if you have a group of 3 or more stolen tiles, you will get a point for that group. So basically, if you have a group of 3 or more, they all score 2. So these would be 2, 4, 6, and then 7. So the bigger the group you have. Now, tiles that you haven't stolen yet can actually connect some. So if I have, for example, these here at the end of the game, I can act like it's a group of 5. This would connect those 2 groups. And whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. That's how you play. I don't know why these remind me of fish, the blimps. They just look like fish, but they're blimps. And they're fine. I kind of wish that there was maybe some more colors. They're a little muted, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The tiles themselves, these are things you're stealing. So you can see you're stealing the Hollywood sign, and are you stealing Italy itself? I'm not sure what you're stealing. Maybe something from Italy. And so that's kind of cool. I really like the artwork on these. I like how when you flip them over, it becomes stolen. It's pretty easy to see. The artwork for this game, you can tell, is done by the same folks who make paperback and hardback. But I can also tell that because of this box. This is my one negative of the game. I like how the box looks. I mean, it's my one negative of production. I like how the box looks, but you have to cram to get everything in this box. And again, I know that makes it compact and can fit on the shelf, but that's kind of more of a pain than anything else. The character sheets in the artwork, though, like I said, I'm really a big fan of those. I like the different villains that are in the game, and I just really like how they look. Has a good look to them. There's a lot of stuff here, and these are fairly involved, these special abilities. I highly recommend not playing with them anyway. And these you can keep track of just the different abilities of the special letters that are out there. But anyhow, and then it also, like, here's your hand of your one tile, and here's your stolen tiles that you've got over the course of the game. The game is not that complex to play. It's mostly about making big words. Let's get to the final thoughts. So other than the small box, I think the production's fine. I like this kind of, it has this noir feel to it with the supervillains. But the thing doesn't matter at all, right? You can say to someone like, I don't like supervillains at all. Play the game. It's just a word game. And really, this is kind of the crux of it. Do you like making words? Do you like looking at a boggle, essentially? Do you like looking at all these letters and thinking of the biggest word that you can make? Now, yes, as time goes by, you're not going to want to make the biggest word. There's some other factors that come into play. Is it near other letters that you already control? You want to make a big group if possible, because those tiles score double points. Is someone else about to get a lot of tiles? Maybe you want to use theirs up to block them. Or do you already have tiles and you want to just steal them? And the game comes with strategy tips, but it's all very, very obvious, right? The strategy in this game is not going to be that complex. It's coming up with the words. And because of that, I hesitate to make too many comparisons to paperback, but this game looks a lot like paperback, which is a deck building game mixed with a word game. And in paperback, I said, my wife loves word games, and I love deck building games. And so this worked together really well. In this one, there's word games and area control, but I don't care how much you like the area control. If you don't like word games, or that's not your main focus, you're not going to like this. It's all about the words. And it does have one small flaw, which I'm not a fan of, and it's that whole, why should I stop Billy from winning, getting all these letters? You think of a word that does that. I'm doing my own thing. And then Johnny has to stop Billy. And then Susie has to stop me because I refuse to stop Billy. And then, or she says no, then Billy has to stop me. And it's kind of this, everyone, okay, I'll get your letters and you get mine. And, that's kind of it. And I'm not a huge fan of the special abilities of letters. They're really powerful. So if you manage to pull one of those off, you can do some pretty cool things. That being said, the game's light enough. I don't think it's a big of a deal. The person who can come up with bigger words is likely going to win. That strategy, get the different tiles, that's going to happen naturally anyway. Like you have to be playing pretty badly to not get a small group at some point. So it's boggle with other stuff thrown in, and I think people who are looking for that are going to enjoy it. For me, it's decent. I don't dislike the game. It's fun. But I don't know that it differentiates itself from other word games as much as it could have. Theme-wise, yes. Look-wise, gorgeous. New ideas in it, that's fine. But in the end of the day, you want to have a good vocabulary. Now, granted, little words aren't going to help you. Bigger words are better. And we should all be striving to use larger words, to be loquacious with our vocabulary. I better stop there while I'm ahead. So if you're like that, and you're looking for something new and different, then I think I'd recommend this one to you. So, enjoyable for me, Word Domination. For fans of making big words, you'll love it.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.
Yeah?